What's really buried under the Vatican? Every year, millions of people walk through the magnificent halls of the Vatican, and you can't blame them. They crane their necks to see Michelangelo's dome, stand speechless in the Sistine Chapel, and wander through rooms that echo with 2,000 years of history. But what most of them don't realize is that the greatest secrets of this ancient city aren't in its sunlit basilicas. They're buried deep beneath their feet, in a darkness the church has guarded for centuries. And we're not just talking about the bones of saints. We're talking about lost books, forbidden relics, and secrets so powerful they could rewrite history. Today we're going underground, descending layer by layer through history, myth, and conspiracy to uncover what's really buried under the Vatican. Section 1. The first layer, the Vatican Grottos. Our descent begins just a few meters beneath the marble floors of St. Peter's Basilica. This first level is known as the Vatican Grottos, a massive network of chapels and crypts. This part isn't exactly a secret. You can actually visit it. It feels ancient, a solemn space heavy with history. Here you'll find the tombs of 91 popes, alongside monarchs and other major figures from Catholic history. Walking through these corridors is like walking through a timeline of the papacy. You'll see incredibly ornate tombs next to the much simpler resting places of modern popes. The grottos are built on the level of the original basilica from the 4th century, so you are literally walking on top of history. But as fascinating as this is, it's just the antechamber. To get to the real mysteries, we have to go deeper. Section 2. The descent into the city of the dead, the Vatican necropolis. Pushing deeper between 5 and 12 meters below the basilica's main altar, we find a place that is far older and more mysterious, the Vatican necropolis. This wasn't a hidden Christian catacomb, but an open-air Roman cemetery on the slope of Vatican Hill. It was a mix of pagan and early Christian tombs, showing how beliefs began to shift over time. Access today is incredibly restricted. Only about 250 people are allowed in each day to protect the fragile site. For centuries, tradition held that this was the final resting place of St. Peter, the first apostle, who was martyred nearby around 64 AD. But for almost 2,000 years, it was just that, a tradition, a story. Then, in 1940, Pope Pius XII authorized a secret excavation. The project was kept quiet, mainly to avoid a massive controversy while digging under the most sacred site in Catholicism. For 10 years, workers known as Sampietrini dug carefully beneath the altar, often in the dead of night. What they uncovered was stunning. A perfectly preserved Roman street lined with mausoleums, complete with intricate frescoes and inscriptions. A literal city of the dead, frozen in time. And right where tradition claimed it would be, they found a simple grave and a small shrine built around it, dating to the 2nd century. Scrawled on a nearby wall was graffiti left by ancient pilgrims, and among the etchings, a Greek inscription, Petros Eini, Peter is within. In a hidden niche, they found a set of bones. After decades of rigorous scientific analysis, Pope Paul VI announced in 1968 that the relics of St. Peter had been identified in a manner considered convincing. The bones were those of a robust man who died between 60 and 70 years old, a match for the apostle. While some scholarly debate continues, for the Church, they had found their rock. This incredible discovery shows that the Vatican's foundations rest not just on faith, but on a history that is literally buried in the earth below. Section 3. The ever-expanding underground. You'd think a 2,000-year-old necropolis would be the bottom layer, but the ground beneath Rome is always giving up more secrets. Work for the 2025 Jubilee has been peeling back even more layers of time. In 2024, right near the Vatican, archaeologists digging for a new pedestrian underpass stumbled upon the remains of a luxurious ancient garden. The stunning part? A lead water pipe was found stamped with the name of Emperor Caligula, dating the site to the 1st century AD. And that's not all. In recent years, other digs in the area have uncovered the ruins of Nero's long-lost theater. Just last year, excavations for the Jubilee in another part of Rome unearthed the foundations of a massive medieval papal residence used long before the Vatican became the center of power. It's a powerful reminder that with every new construction project, the story of Rome continues to be rewritten. These discoveries are changing what we know about history in real time. If you find these hidden stories as fascinating as I do, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We're always digging up new mysteries, and you won't want to miss what we find next. Section 4. The Archives of Forbidden Knowledge. But ancient ruins are one thing. What about the secrets the Church actively tries to keep hidden? This brings us to the legends, the conspiracies, and the one place that fuels more speculation than any other, the Vatican Secret Archives. Now, Pope Francis tried to cool things down in 2019 by officially renaming it the Vatican Apostolic Archive. But for centuries, the name Secret Archives said it all. The word secret comes from the Latin asterisk secretum asterisk, which means private. These are the Pope's personal archives. And while qualified scholars can get access, the process is incredibly difficult. And with over 85 kilometers of shelving, it's impossible to know everything it holds. Officially, it's home to papal letters, state papers, and historical records going back more than 1,000 years. But what might it hold, unofficially? This is where the theories ignite. People claim the archives hide lost gospels that were intentionally left out of the Bible, books that might show a different side of Jesus. Others whisper about documents detailing church scandals far worse than anything we already know. While historians focus on the official records, conspiracy theories suggest there's a deeper, more protected archive, a library of the forbidden. They argue the Church collected heretical texts not to burn them, but to study and control the information. So, are there books in the Vatican that could challenge Christianity itself? The Church, of course, says no. But as long as access is restricted, the secrets and the speculation will remain. Section 5. A labyrinth of tunnels and escape routes. Beyond the archives, there are whispers of a physical labyrinth under the Vatican. And this isn't pure fantasy. The Passetto di Borgo is a real, 800-meter-long fortified corridor that connects the Vatican to the massive Castel Sant'Angelo on the Tiber River. This passage has been a desperate escape route for popes. Most famously, in 1527, Pope Clement VII ran through the Passetto to safety during the sack of Rome, while his Swiss guards made a heroic last stand in St. Peter's Square. Peter's Square, sacrificing their lives to save his. But conspiracy theories claim the Passetto is just the tip of the iceberg. Rumors tell of hidden tunnels leading to other palaces across Rome, used for the secret movement of popes, cardinals, and maybe more. Valuable cargo. Could these tunnels have been used to move sensitive documents, priceless artifacts, or even controversial people in and out of the Vatican, completely unseen? Legends link these supposed tunnels to everything from the Knights Templar to the Illuminati, suggesting a hidden network of power operating in the shadows. Section 6. The wildest theories from the darkness. Once you get this deep into Vatican conspiracies, you leave history behind and enter the realm of pure high-octane speculation, and the theories get wild. One of the most famous is the legend of the chronovisor. This is a supposed device, allegedly built in the 1950s by a team of priests and scientists, that can tune into the past. It supposedly allows users to watch historical events like the crucifixion of Christ. The device has, conveniently, never been seen, and the Vatican denies it exists, but the story just won't die. Then, there's the alien connection. Some theorists claim the Vatican is hiding proof of extraterrestrial life, from alien skulls in the archives to evidence that the Church has been in contact with aliens for centuries. They point to strange-looking artifacts in the Vatican's art collection and the Church's modern interest in astrobiology as subtle winks and nods to a grand cover-up. From a hidden third secret of Fatima that supposedly predicts the apocalypse to claims that the Vatican has the world's largest collection of pornography, the theories are as endless as they are bizarre. While there's zero evidence for these claims, they all point to a bigger question. Why is the Vatican such a magnet for these kinds of stories? Conclusion. The ground beneath Vatican City is a rich tapestry of faith, history, and mystery. We've gone from the documented tombs of the grottos to the incredible discovery of St. Peter's grave in the necropolis. We've seen how new finds are constantly adding chapters to Rome's ancient story. And we've waded into the shadows of speculation, exploring legends of secret archives, hidden tunnels, and conspiracies that are almost too wild to believe. It's a place where the known history is so dramatic, it hardly needs exaggeration. The secret dig for St. Peter's bones is a story worthy of a thriller novel. The recent discoveries of ancient Roman life are mind-blowing. Perhaps the greatest secret the Vatican holds isn't an alien skull or a time machine, but the simple, powerful truth of its own deeply layered and fiercely guarded history. The known facts are often just as compelling as the wildest theories. But the mystery endures because the Vatican is, and always has been, a place of immense power and secrecy. It guards its history as tightly as it guards its faith, leaving the rest of us to wonder, what else is still waiting down there in the dark? So what do you think? What is the Vatican really hiding? Ancient texts, damning evidence, or simply the bones of a fisherman who changed the world? Let me know your theories in the comments below.